Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be going over the orange material abilities that you want to use for your Sinister 6 team that you have. What abilities are worth that precious orange material? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that here in just a second. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So we're just going to run through the list here from right to left. I don't know why I'm going right to left. I just am. So let's go ahead. Let's start off with Mysterio here and take a look at his abilities. So if we take a look at this one here, so the OLONE-TWO. So you're going to clear 2 positive effects from your primary target, and you're going to attack primary target for 200% damage. If you take that to level 7, then you're going to add 50% damage, and then you're going to clear 3 positive effects rather than 2 positive effects. Again, you guys know me. This is just this is just impacting that one primary target. There's no adjacent damage here. It doesn't really do a whole lot. So for me, I would save your orange material and I would not put into this one. Next, we have Master of Illusion. All right, so this one, apply blind to primary target, gain an assist from a random Sinister 6 ally, and then you have a 70% chance to gain an assist from a random ally, which is awesome. If target is a city hero, then you have a 70% chance to apply ability block. If we take that up to a level 7, we're going to always gain an assist from a random ally, and we're going to always apply that ability block. So just taking a look at this, always gain an assist from a random ally. So you're going to get the assist from the Sinister 6 ally, and then you're going to get an assist from just a random ally. So this a second assist, right? And then on that ability block, you go from a 70% chance to apply that to a 100% chance. So I think this one here is definitely worth the orange material just because of the certainty of it and the additional assists. It's awesome. It works very well. All right, next, Smoke and Mirrors. Attack all enemies for 290% damage and apply heal block to primary target and 2 random enemies. If we take that up to level 7, you're going to add 60% damage to all enemies, and then you're going to apply heal block to all enemies. So this team here is meant to counteract the city heroes, specifically the defenders. And with the defenders, you have Iron Fist and his healing ability, which is just absolutely fantastic within that team. You want to be able to heal block all enemies, and you're going to want to be able to add that additional 60% damage to all enemies. It's just not a primary. It's all enemies, which is absolutely awesome. So I would put orange material into this ability and level it up to level 7. All right, and then finally we have Grand Masquerade. So on spawn, apply 2 deflect to self and all Sinister 6 allies. Gain 15% focus for self per Spider-Verse ally. And then Spider-Verse allies gained 15% focus. And then on death, summon 1 to 2 mirror images at 220% of normal damage and 150% of normal health. There's a lot going on in this ability here. If we go ahead and take that up to level 5, you're adding 5% focus per Spider-Verse ally for self, 5% focus for Spider-Verse allies. So we got that. On death, summon 2 mirror images and add 40% mirror image damage. Those mirror images really don't do much. I mean, it's kind of a cool little thing to see when Mysterio goes away. You got these mirror images that pop up, but they really don't do a lot, and they die really quick. And bumping up that 5%, it's just not worth a whole lot to me. I mean, sure, it's 20% for your focus. If that was something else, if it was doing just a little bit more, I don't know, maybe even allowing you to use all of Mysterio's abilities for the mirror images, oh my gosh, that would be definitely worth it. But for me, just kind of how this goes, it's really not worth it for me. So I would not put into the passive here. All right, that is it for Mysterio. So let's go ahead and take a look at Green Goblin. Green Goblin, we got Goblin Strike. Attack primary target for 290% damage, 25% chance to attack adjacent targets for 220% damage. There's really not 25% chance to do that. If you go ahead and take that to level 7, you have a 40% increase in your damage to primary and secondary targets. Now, for this one here, I do like abilities that attack more than just the primary target, but it's only a 25% chance to attack your adjacent targets. So you'll do that 40% damage to your primary, but you do nothing, you know, 3 out of 4 times on your adjacents. It just doesn't make sense to put orange material into that when most of the time all you're going to be doing is impacting that primary target. So I would not put it into this one. All right, Burning Rage. Attack a random target with stealth for 380% damage. If no targets have stealth, then you're going to attack the primary target instead, and then you're going to deal 50% additional damage per positive effect on the enemy. That's awesome. Nice. I like that. You take that up to level 7, all we're doing is adding 70% damage to the primary target. That's it. That's it. There's nothing at all. It's just, there's nothing much there. It's just 70% damage. And it's always nice to bump up the damage a little bit, but there's not enough here to really warrant using orange material, in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead to Fire and Brimstone. All right, so this one here, attack primary target for 240% damage, and then you're going to attack 3 to 4 random targets for 240% damage. If you take that up to level 7, you're adding 50% damage to primary and secondary targets. Now, I went back and forth on this one because I've been through a few battles. So it attacks 3 to 4 random targets. If there's only 1 to 2 random targets, the battles that I have been in, and definitely let me know your experience in the comment section below, but the battles I've been in, I got one on video before, a while ago, I think. It's not attacking all of the targets. So what I mean by that, if there's only 1 target, it doesn't attack that target 3 to 4 times. You know, it only attacks it like once. So I got to double check on that because I could have swore I had a video on that. So here's my suggestion for this, for the ultimate. If it truly does attack a single target or two targets 3 to 4 random times and bounces back between the 2, then I definitely think that this is worth putting orange material into. If it doesn't, then I really don't think it is. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's a waste. I got to take another look at that because, like I said, I could have swore I've ran this a few times and it didn't really work out that way, but we'll see. So there's my suggestion. If it does bounce back and forth or hits that 1 target 3 to 4 times, it's definitely worth putting into because you're doing massive damage. All right. And then we go to Cauterize, the passive. On any Spider-Verse ally's turn, choose 2 random enemies. If they have a positive effect, remove 1. On spawn, apply defense down to the enemy with the most resistance. If that enemy is shield, apply defense down for 2 turns. This attack cannot be resisted, and you gain plus 10% max health. Now, you take that up to level 5. The only thing that you're getting is plus 10% max health. That's not much. Health is good no matter what, but not 10%, not this, and that's all you get. If there was more to it, it'd probably be worth the orange material, but I would not put into this one. So really, the only thing worth it is the ultimate, and that is only if it will attack a single target or 2 targets 3 to 4 times and cause that massive damage. So that is Green Goblin. Next, we're going to go to Shocker. All right, his basic here. So attack primary target for 220% piercing. On target dodge, apply assist now to a random Sinister 6 ally. If you take that up to level 7, you're going to go ahead and add that 60% to your piercing to your primary target. Not worth it in my opinion. It's only attacking that 1 primary target. So I would not put into that one. All right, the special. Generate 1 ability energy for self. And then apply offense up to self for 1 to 2 turns. Apply offense up to 2 random Sinister 6 allies. And then speed bar change by 80%. Change speed bar by 80%. If we take that up to level 7, you're applying offense up to self for 2 turns. So 2 turns guaranteed. And apply offense up to all Sinister 6 allies. This, I think, is worth the orange material because it's covering your entire team. You're getting an additional offense up turn, and you're getting offense up to all of your allies rather than just yourself and 2 random allies. So I definitely think that's worth it. And getting that offense up early in the game, because he goes, I think he goes like turn 2, and this is available. Well, on turn 1, this is available for him. I think he's the second one to go, and it works out very well, just going ahead and buffing your team up. All right, so next, Subsonic Blast. Attack primary and all adjacent targets for 120% piercing, and repeat attack using a new primary target randomly chosen from the previous secondary target. So you have your primary target and you have your adjacent targets. So your primary target, boom, you do that attack, then you choose one of the other adjacent targets as your primary, and then you're going to attack again. Very cool. I like seeing this attack. It's hard to differentiate the two attacks because it goes so quick, especially at ×3, but still pretty cool. If we take that up to level 7, then we're going to repeat attack a third time with a new random secondary target as the new primary. So you're just creating this wave of damage across the enemy team. For that alone, I think it's definitely worth putting orange material into this. And I said this in my last orange material video, but I'll go ahead and say it now. I got a stockpile of orange material here because I'm prepping for Ultimate 7. That's been launched now, and I really need to kind of figure out what my team is. So I got my team, my normal raid team that I have, and I've got my orange material on them, but I think I may need to change things up a little bit, so I'm holding on to that. So that's why it's not in there right now. But when I have the opportunity, yes, it's going to go into this right here, taking Subsonic up to level 7. All right, next, the passive. All right, so gain 15% armor, gain plus 5% armor per Sinister 6 ally, gain 10% damage, and gain plus 5% damage per city hero enemy. That's nice. I really like that. That's laid out pretty nice. If you take the level 5, you're increasing by 5% armor, and you're increasing by 10% damage. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, the percentages are so low, it doesn't really do a whole lot for you. I mean, you're going what? You're going to 20% armor, and you're going to 20% damage. It's not worth it, in my opinion, to spend the 200 orange material. So there you go with that. That is Shocker. Let's go ahead and take a look at Vulture now. So Vulture, all right, in Liftoff. So attack primary target for 210% damage, plus 30% additional damage per negative effect. If you take that up to level 7, you're going to do a plus 40% damage to primary target and plus 10% additional damage per negative effect. Now, if this was impacting more than just the primary target, I think it would be worth putting orange material into. But since it's just hitting that one target, I think there's better use for your orange material. All right, let's go ahead and go to Fight and Flight. So attack primary and all adjacent targets for 240% damage, plus 70% chance to apply slow. If that target is a city hero, which that's what this team is built for, apply defense down for 1 to 2 turns. You take that up to level 7, you're going to increase damage by 60% to primary and secondary targets. So it's going to go up to 300% damage. You're going to always apply slow, and then you're going to apply defense down to city hero for 2 turns. Instead of 1 to 2 turns, it is 2 turns. This right here, I think, is worth putting the material into. You're getting that increased damage to your primary and secondary targets. You're always applying that slow, and you're increasing for sure that offense down to your city hero, if that's who your target is. So I would definitely put orange material into that one. Next is Supersonic. So attack all enemies for 260% damage, plus change speed bar by 20%. Now, if we take that up to level 7, we're going to plus 60% damage to all enemies, and we're going to we're going to reduce that speed bar by an additional 5% to all enemies. So that's 25% of that speed bar for everybody is reduced, and you got what? You've got 320% damage, right? Yeah, 320% damage to all enemies. So definitely worth putting into that one as well. And then let's go ahead and take a look at Scavenger. So on spawn, fill 10% speed bar and fill 10% speed bar per city hero enemy. On ally death, 70% chance to gain deflect, and on enemy death, change speed bar by 10%. If we take that up to level 5, then we're going to always gain deflect on ally death. We're going to gain 15% speed bar on enemy death, and we're going to gain 5% block chance for each city hero enemy. I would definitely put into this one as well. So definitely worth it. 3 out of 4. That's not bad. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at RHINO. RHINO is our final Rhino is our final. All right. I don't know. I'm being an idiot. Anyway, Pummel. All right. Attack primary target for 240% damage. And then if we take that up to level 7, 50% damage to primary target. I think you guys know, for me, this is not going to be worth it. It's only affecting that primary target. So I would pass on that one. Next, Furious Charge. Gain Taunt. Clear 1 negative effect from self and each adjacent ally. Attack primary and all adjacent targets for 290% damage, and this attack cannot be blocked. If we take that up to level 7, then we have plus 60% chance to primary and secondary targets. That's pretty good. It's a 60% chance of damage. You're hitting your primary and your secondary targets. You're clearing your negative effect there. This is something I think is worth it. I think it's worth it. I like the additional damage, and I like that it hits more than just your primary target. This is something I would put into. All right, next. Stampede. All right, attack primary and all adjacent targets for 320% damage. This attack gains plus 15% damage per city hero enemy. Now, if we take that up to level 7, plus 60% damage to primary and secondary targets, and plus 5% damage per city hero enemy. So we're going up to what? 380% damage to your primary and your adjacents, plus you're getting plus 20% damage per city hero enemy. So that's 100% damage right there. Definitely worth it in my opinion, that 240 orange on that one. I would put into that as well. All right, and then finally we have Rhino Hide. So on spawn, gain counter. Gain 15% max health per Sinister 6 ally. On blind, change speed bar by 75%. On blind, clear 1 negative effect from self and each ally, which is absolutely awesome. Really good against Magneto's team, especially since he goes first. All right, you take that up to level 5. You're going to add 10% max health per Sinister 6 ally, and you're going to change speed bar by plus 25%. So on blind, change speed bar 75% to 100%. Boom, done. Very nice. I like that. This right here, really good ability. I definitely think is worth your orange material as well. So there you go, everybody. That's what I had for you today. My suggestions on what you should be putting your orange material into. I'd really be interested in your thoughts as well. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.